So glad you're starting the day with us here on Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale. Good morning. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. How are we today, guys?
I'm doing great. About to do a lot better tonight.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up.
You.
Wait a second. The King of LA will be on display tonight at 10 Eastern on TNT because Kawhi is back and the Lakers are in big trouble, especially the King.
The Hurricane?
Yeah. The King has not been hurt. If you've been checking him out the last 7 games, he's been averaging 30 a game. He's been shooting 53% from three over the last 7 games. LeBron is at 28.8% from three.
Horrible. Western Conference Player of the Week was who?
I can't remember.
You do know. It just came out yesterday.
Yeah, but
so
they had an asterisk. It's for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah,
that's how you win it.
As a matter of fact, I did see Ty Lue last night.
Did you?
I did.
Okay. Well, then you're in bigger trouble.
It should be a good showdown.
It's gonna be a great game.
Absolutely, guys. But we want to start with Dallas right now. The Cowboys official Twitter account, woo, gentlemen, it is garnering some attention, especially yesterday. They tweeted out an article to the Cowboys' loss to the Niners with the caption that reads, Dak Prescott gave away the ball twice in the narrow loss to the 49ers. In a matchup the Cowboys had a chance to win if they didn't, again, generate self-inflicted wounds. Sounds very damning. Shannon, what's going on here?
What's going on here? I got a huge problem with this. Skip, this is some bull jive. I mean, Skip, this is a team official account. Now, at first, I thought they were hacked. I said, somebody hacked this account. And then I looked, and it's still up. So clearly, it hasn't been hacked. This came from a team official that runs their social media account and thought it was okay to throw Dak Prescott under the bus. Now, Skip, this is what we do know. Teams are very, very conscious not to throw their superstars under the bus, especially from their team account. The Lakers, when they lose a game last year, they never put Anthony Davis or LeBron James pitcher up during the loss. Tampa, they lost last week. There was no pitcher. There was a picture of Mike Evans. There was a picture of Todd Bowles. There was no picture of Tom Brady. Teams are very, very, I can assure you, when the Chiefs lose, there's not a pitcher going up for Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's normally the way it goes. Yeah. So basically, you're throwing Dak Prescott under the bus. You're saying the reason we lost this game was because Dak Prescott threw 2 interceptions. Mm-hmm. You could have easily taken the high road. We turned the ball over. You didn't have to mention Dak's name. We turned the ball over, Skip. I'm waiting for the ratings to come out. I can assure you, how many millions of people think? 35, 40? Let's go conservative. Let's say 40. 40 million people watched this game. If you say we turned the ball over twice, everybody that watched the game know who you're talking about.
I'd say.
But to throw him under the bus, to this level, to this magnitude, Skip, that employee should be fired if he hasn't been already. I'm surprised, very, very surprised, because team social media account is very cognizant of what's being put out on that page. We've seen times someone has said something from an official account, be it Wendy's, be it Chick-fil-A or whatever. You're responsible for that.
Yeah.
Skip, that's bad. This is a bad look, Skip. This is really, really, really bad look. I'm disappointed. I know Dak played well. I know there are a lot of people I see, Cowboy fans, busting up their TVs and throwing. Ain't nothing wrong with your TV. It's your team. That's what you need to throw out.
Well, there you go. That's the point.
Your TV is just fine. There's nothing wrong with your TV.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go out and get another one because you busted the one that you had when you were watching the game. But Skip, this is some bull jive. This is some straight bull jive. This is unacceptable. And I don't know who the employee is. Hell, it might be a family member, Jerry Jones. But whomever it is, Skip, they probably should lose their job over this situation. Skip, that's some bull jive, man. You can't do that, Skip. I mean, at the end of the day, I know you're disappointed that you lost, but that's still the quarterback of your team. You wouldn't do that, Skip. Forget, Dak Prescott. I don't believe you do that to a lesser tier quarterback. Yeah. That's not the way you do business, Skip. I think someone's going to probably lose their job over this.
To your point, and as a quick aside, we here in L.A. watch the Lakers on the local telecast, and then it goes to the great James Worthy after the game for commentary. And every night I sit there after they lose, and LeBron's like 1 for 8 from 3 with 6 turnovers. And I'm like, well, just at least acknowledge that. But they're not going to your point, because they're not going to.
Right, exactly.
Because it is a team telecast.
Right.
Okay.
Luka could have 15 turnovers. They're not mentioning it for the Mavericks.
No, and I watch a lot of those on the package.
Right.
Yeah. They're just not going to do it, except here. All right. This website does have a reputation for being, if I dare say, pretty objective after a Cowboy loss. Jerry gives them carte blanche to at least be gently, mildly critical, and has for years. And even back in my days of covering the Cowboys, trust me on this, he did not like a lot of things that I wrote, especially in my books about the Dallas Cowboys. But when he would be asked about it, he would always say something like, and I'm going to just paraphrase the quote, when Skip writes, it's always something significant. So he would give me the break like it's going to carry some weight. So I'm going to be open-minded to it, even if I don't like it. Okay, all right. So that's that's his attitude about publicity, because he's of the school of any publicity is good publicity, because they just love publicity.
Correct.
All right, so back to this. I hear what you're saying. It's pretty shocking, as the NFL norm goes when it comes to these websites, that they would go this far. This is an excerpt, a couple of lines from a bigger story that you can't open off these websites, but they're teasing the story for you to go to the website to read the rest of the story.
Right.
And it's an objective story that also has a lot of good things in it about what happened in the game. All right. I don't know the inner workings there. I used to know them, but it's been a long time since I've been there. So to your point, could a family member or a close family friend be sort of in charge of this? It's possible. Okay, I'm going to go one step farther with you. Is it possible that Jerry made it clear after the game that it's now open season on Dak? It's possible.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to quote the great Shannon Sharp here. You have told me again and again, you told me on Friday, the body of work, we're 7 years in now, and you keep telling me he is middle of the pack Dak.
Yeah, the sample size. Now, you give me that sample size.
Yes.
It was you that gave me the sample size.
That is correct. But it's a big, broad sample size. We got lots of information.
7 years.
We got 7 years. We've got, 6 playoff games?
Yes.
Okay, so we get all that, and Jerry got it right between the eyes, and he kept saying, using the word sick after the game.
Yeah, 7 times.
I think he was heart sick, as was I, because I think the gravity of the situation had avalanched on his psyche, where he's saying, man, I'm not getting any younger here.
No, he's about to be 81, I think, next November.
That is correct.
But can you believe, Skip, not to cut you off,
Yeah.
do you realize the last time Jerry Jones won a Super Bowl, he was in his 50s. He's bypassed his 60s. He's bypassed his 70s.
Yeah.
Now he's in his 80s, and he's looking at it like, I don't know if I'm going to be around in my damn 90s.
I know, because I met him when he was 49 years of age, when he had just come from nowhere to buy the Dallas Cowboys. He was 49. He looked like a young, strong bull of a man.
He was my age.
Yeah,
I'm 54. Jerry was 54 when he won his first Super Bowl.
There you go. And you got a lot of years ahead of him.
I like to think I
And
give me
all of a
27
sudden,
bucks.
Jerry's looking at his mortality, right in the mirror. He's looking at his mortality. Once upon a time, he used to get kidded about he had a little facelift, and now it doesn't look so great anymore because time marches on.
Yeah.
And here we are, and here he is, and he's like, God, I'd write any size of check to win another Super Bowl, and I thought I had one here. I thought they had one here.
Right.
I thought this team had the kind of firepower, and that's what is just tearing me apart. I'm still very raw from it, so I'm not in the best place to talk about this, because the more I think about what happened at San Francisco, trust me, the worse it gets.
Yeah, because Skip, your expectations were here last year, and now they were here this year. So the greater expectation, the greater the disappointment, and the hurt is after you don't meet said expectations.
Okay, my defense, I think you would agree, played well enough to win the football game.
19 points is absolutely.
19 points should give you a chance to win the football game against a rookie quarterback, obviously in his, his 7th start.
Yes.
Obviously, we got a terrible break with Tony Pollard going down in the second quarter. God bless him. I hope he can rally and fight back quickly. And obviously, we had a kicker issue, but it didn't really manifest itself through the rest of the game, because I kept telling you, he hasn't been missing field goals, only extra points.
Right.
So you can't use that as an excuse or an out.
But I can imagine what was going through your mind when that PAT was blocked. Here we go again.
Here we go again. But we navigated it.
You did.
And he made the 2 field goals. So it, unfortunately, I'll say this. The more I looked at the Trevon Diggs dropped interception, it's